Hey y'all, welcome back to Lotus Talk About It, the podcast about mental health, healing, and interpersonal relationships. I'm your host, Jamila Parker, licensed marriage and family therapist, and this is my first ever visual episode. So this is a special one. But I want to first start off by sending some love and light and positive energy because there's a lot of chaos happening around us. There's a lot of uncertainty and heavy emotions, and our country can use some healing right now. And speaking of healing, I have a special guest with me today. Her name is Zelette Harris. She's a Reiki Master, and she's here with us to share all about Reiki healing and how you can incorporate Reiki, into your healing journey. I've always said that I believe that therapy is amazing, and everyone can benefit from therapy. Therapy is also not the end all be all. There are other treatments that you can use in order to get to the root of the problem. And Reiki is one of them. So if you are someone who's been interested in Reiki and you want to hear more, then stay tuned. So let me join in Zalette. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Yes, we got it. Technology, man, I'm telling you. So welcome again to Lotus Talk About It. As I was saying before, and Lotus Talk About It, as you know, I'm a therapist, but when I'm doing my podcast, I get to be Jamila. I don't get to be I don't have to be in a therapist role. I could just be. And I was talking about my Monday, how the weekends are so short. And I feel like as soon as Sunday comes, right, my body is starting to just like relax. Here comes Monday.
Mm.
So I'm wondering, what are Mondays like for you?
Mondays are super chill for me because the way my business is structured, I am selective as to how my hours are scheduled. So I have a bit of freedom. And as far as the 9 to 5, 5 days a week schedule, we aren't built for that. Our systems aren't built for that. So
Mm-mm.
between that work week, you have to find those moments where you can relax. So you're not just waiting for the weekend.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes, absolutely. Yes, so Reiki, right? So I think I was having a conversation with you before. And when it comes to Reiki, I know as much as the meditation. So I'm excited to get some more information about this. And I know it is something else that other people want to talk about. So I know that before you were, I guess in your past life, you were a pharmacy technician.
Yes.
So what drew you to Reiki? Like, how did you get started? And I guess start by telling us what Reiki is, and then yeah, how did you make that transition from a pharmacy technician?
So Reiki is a Japanese energy healing practice where practitioners are able to channel life force energy. Life force energy is the same as unconditional love directly from our creator, the Most High, God. Practitioners are able to intuitively know where to send energy or help you release and process different energies within your body for the benefit of allowing you to relax your mind and get the inspiration, get mental clarity, but also relax your body so that you can activate that rest and digest and allow your body to begin the repairing. And then we also all have an aura field around us. We have a biofield that we have to address. Western
Mm-hmm.
medicine doesn't really factor that into how
Yeah.
they help us with our medical care. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where Reiki comes in to help process emotions that are stuck in your aura field, those looping thoughts, those negative behaviors, negative thoughts, past traumas, past emotions that you're holding
Mm-hmm.
on to that you haven't quite processed, and just helping you in a non-judgmental way where we don't even have to have a conversation,
Yeah.
just channeling this loving energy to you and your body's just doing what it needs to do.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. Yeah. So I guess when did you decide that pharmacy technician like that was it for you?
So I resigned from my job as a pharmacy technician about a year ago. And I just kept hearing that I needed to start my business. I needed to start a business. I have people that I have to help. There's people that need the
Mm.
service. I really am passionate about what I do. It makes me feel really good. And then when I get the clients' results and hear how their lives have transformed positively, and then it's a rippling effect affect out, because as soon as you feel better and more secure and confident about how you feel and have purpose and know what you want to do, now you're radiating that out and you're an example
Yeah.
to others. So I just love that. And I loved pharmacy technician, but it was easy. It was easy. I wanted
Mm.
something that was in pharmacy technician. I'm making IVs for babies. I'm making IVs for trauma patients. That's serious, but this
Yeah.
is my heart. And we have a lot of people that I could just have a few minutes with you and now things are different.
Yeah, and I can just tell like how you just are smiling when you talk about it. And I love that when you talk about like that light that shines, it's like contagious. Or like you said, like if you're pouring into someone else and you know that light, it's like that's where you see the magic happens. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you can really see a shift or like transformation, right? Just
Hmm.
by showing love.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what are some common misconceptions about Reiki? So, let me go back. So, you were in this field, and I wanted to know, were you practicing Reiki yourself? Like, while you were in this field?
So let's go back to my childhood. I grew up in a family where my mom was very open-minded. She was into horoscope. She was into Black Panthers and justice and community. So that was ingrained in me as far as me having spirituality and me wanting to help the community. When I was in middle school, one of my teachers came in. She had a broken wrist. I had a magic kit at home. BJ's had like the toy section, and if I saw something, I was one of those kids where I was able to bring a toy home. So I got a magic kit. It had crystals, it had tarot cards, it had like dowsing rods.
Wow.
Yeah. And so she came in with a broken wrist. I knew that I had crystals at home, so I gave her a healing crystal. And I'm thinking back as an adult, like, wow, I've really been doing some magical things throughout my
Yes.
life, and I just didn't know. I would have conversations with people, and their words weren't matching with how I felt they truly felt, and just the disconnect between knowing people's truth and then what they're saying and then not matching up. And yeah, but for me, what led me to Reiki was my own mental health and me having looping thoughts and me having patterns that I just couldn't break. I knew what it was and I knew the issue. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, talk therapy wasn't for me because I had friends that were in talk therapy and they were still there. And I'm like, this
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make
You're like,
sense.
what is happening? Yeah, like,
So I had supportive family. I had supportive friends where I could talk to them and I could vent. And while I was on my can you still see me because someone's calling?
I can see.
Okay. So while I was on my own personal healing journey, I started watching TED Talks. I started doing breathing exercises, started learning about herbalism. And then I'm like, okay, this is cool. I feel good. Then I learned about African traditional religions, specifically hoodoo. And that really connected with me because I'm like, this is our ancestry. We work with the roots. We understand the herbs. We understand the spiritual meaning behind the herbs and
Yeah, yeah.
and then I was like, okay, well, that's good. I still need something else. And it was the pandemic and I found Reiki and I signed up for the classes, and it was a class where we would work together as a unit
Mm-hmm.
practicing. It wasn't a weekend program. It was
Okay.
like hours we're practicing, and
Mm.
we have clinics where we're practicing on each other. We're practicing on people in the community. So we're
Mm-hmm.
building our abilities and actually learning how to meditate. Then I also started learning about shadow work and
Mm.
mindset and reframing. And it's just a lot that energy healing is your mind. It's
Yeah.
basically you controlling your mind and not being so focused on your to do list, your
Yeah. Yeah.
who's bothering whom, who's
Mm-hmm.
not doing
Mm-hmm.
what, and
Yeah.
just actually bringing that energy back on yourself and focusing on yourself, noticing your body, bringing awareness to your body. Where are the aches and pains at? Um, Being mindful of the interactions you're having with individuals. Did they say something that triggered you and it just didn't sit
Mm-hmm.
right? And now you're tense and you're holding that in, and now you're getting stressed out, and your body wants to fight and flight, run away. It just doesn't know what to do, and your body's constantly in survival mode, stressed out. So yeah, we need
Yeah.
time to rest. And
Mm-hmm.
then we have to add in epigenetics and
Yeah.
how things that happen to our ancestors is encoded in our DNA. And we're talking about generational trauma. This is all mental health. It's all
All
spiritual
connected.
health.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
all holistic health.
Yes, absolutely. And I like the piece when you talked about that. You like talk therapy wasn't for you. And I always tell people like I love therapy. I'm someone who's been to therapy, but I've also tried other things. Therapy is amazing. I think that everyone can benefit from therapy, but it's also not the end all be all. Right. There are a bunch of different things that you can do to get to the root of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're absolutely right with that. What is one of the, I guess, most common misconception about Reiki?
Um, Real quick on a therapist, even though I personally don't didn't select a therapist as part of my journey, I do recommend therapists to my clients because I feel
Mm,
I am now a bridge where they do want to talk to someone now that they finally do feel seen after they had a conversation with me and now they feel comfortable with the idea of talking to someone.
yeah.
So I definitely recommend it to my clients. And that's why I do want to bring on having the resources available to them because I I can only do what I can do. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. I love it. Well, thank you for encouraging your clients to go to therapy, and I would definitely be encouraging more clients to try Reiki. Also, yes, obviously that the biggest misconception about Reiki.
the biggest misconception I would say is that people think that I am transferring my energy to them or they don't want something scary to happen. And Reiki is loving, healing energy, and it's not my energy, it's directly from the creator. If you think about Wi Fi, it's energy. You
Yeah.
know that you could connect to it and use your phone and use the internet, but you can't see it. It's just in the air. Along with microwave, you put your food in there, those waves are heating up the water molecule.
Yes, right.
And then radio waves, we turn that station on different
Oh,
frequencies.
freak. Yes,
So all I'm
yes.
doing is shifting my frequency where now I'm able to channel this unconditional love and allowing you to relax your body and your mind so you can do what you have to do. It's not
Mhm.
me, it's you. Your body has to do it. And you and I have to have an agreement that we're even going to do this together energetically.
I love that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I also and I was talking to you before, and this and it's similar to EMDR therapy, but in EMDR therapy, the spiritual aspect is taken out of it. Um, and now I just lost my train of thought. Child, the perimenopause is getting to me. Maybe maybe it'll come back to me. I know we were talking something about that trans. Oh, so it reminds me of just like I like how with EMDR therapy and what you're explaining to me, it's like you have control right over the energy, over your emotions. So I do like that part. And like you said, like the fear where people think something scary is going to happen. It's like no, like you are in control, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that. What are some challenges that you face by practicing Reiki? I guess like getting started up until like now. What are some challenges?
The challenges mostly are education because
Mm,
our community isn't quite familiar with what it is I do and how it works. So I
mm-hmm.
try to explain it to them in a logical and scientific, but also I talk to you like, hey, like we're besties and I'm gonna be
Yeah,
culturally
relatable.
competent. I'm gonna talk to you where you get me. So
Yeah.
after we have a few minutes of like back and forth of me answering their questions, they definitely feel comfortable. And even if they are skeptic, they're still like, I'll give it a try. And I think that's very cool because um, I think there's a lot of people looking for ways to heal. And me being out vending and at different festivals and stuff is now giving people the opportunity to try it at for a few minutes to see if there's something that they would want to continue as part of their regimen because we do need this as our whole health care. Which is why I think sound baths are such a big thing right now. Wellness is a booming industry right now.
Yeah.
We have to let the people know that as you enhance and expand your consciousness, there are certain things, tools that you will need to help guide you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you will need a guide. We're going to need guides and people to help us, with this. And that's
Yeah.
we need to come in and be ready because there's going to be an influx.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, certain times in our life, we all, we're all teachers and students.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, like when you talk about that guidance piece, and you mentioned that people are skeptical about this. So someone who wanted to know about this and who is nervous and skeptical, like how would you welcome them in? Like what would you tell them?
So, Reiki, I would say, have you ever had a hug? like from a great grandma, like when you were just sad and you had a boo boo and they just picked you up and gave you a hug and it just felt so warm and they were like their body's kind of squishy, but you could feel that pushiness, warmth. That's exactly how I would describe it. A warm hug.
Wow, yeah. And I feel that now. Yes, that is. Oh, I love that. Yes, I'm like sold. All right, got it.
Look,
Oh, that is
a lot of
good.
people don't feel. So when I explain stuff to them in that way, and you can imagine it, and you can feel it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That is super sweet. What are some, I guess, what are some pushback that you get from maybe like family, friends, or even a community?
None. I haven't received any. My family is very
Wow.
accepting. If anything, it was my own fear of judgment. I thought that they were going to be kind of like she's crazy. Um
Mm-hmm.
and then I also thought that so yeah. So I had this looping thought that America doesn't like black witches. Um, that's true. America, yeah, it just was, I was afraid because I didn't want to be
Yeah.
labeled as a witch, and
Yeah. Such
our,
a negative stigma.
yeah,
Yeah.
our community demonizes things. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get love. So I
Yeah.
know that was the only thing. In my family, they were very supportive. I have a few people that were spiritual and had were interested in that, lifestyle. And my partner is in psychology and he understands like the logical aspect of it and it overlaps. So
Yeah.
one was, cool with it.
Yeah.
And they were
Right.
my guinea pigs.
I love that. So they let you practice Reiki on them.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that. So how did your clients respond to Reiki? And I guess specifically Black clients.
I get good feedback, and I have repeat clients, and they see good results. That's all I could
Hmm.
say.
So okay, then how often should someone, I guess, have Reiki done? If that
Every
makes sense.
every individual is different, and it really is what is your goal for your sessions. Because one session you may get enough clarity and guidance where now you just that spark, and
Hmm.
you just know what you have to do. You just made that shift, and then there's some people where there's things that we have to unlock. There's you may have had a lot of trauma
Yeah.
in your past, and there's a
Hmm.
lot that we have to work through, and that's
Hmm.
okay. You know,
Yeah, yeah. So I guess what is something that may be like challenging like within a Reiki session?
I haven't had any challenges within a Reiki session. If any, once I had one client where during her session she had a visual that was a bit disturbing for her, and at that moment, I had placed my hand on her shoulder and it just gave her so much comfort where she felt safe and it just didn't bother her anymore.
Yeah,
We all
yeah,
have different things that we've experienced and different things we have to move through. So,
yeah. I
yeah.
love that. Just that touch, right? Just holding that space and and it is like it's intimacy, right?
Mhm.
You're touching this person, exchanging this energy. And oftentimes, when it comes to that, I think you said it earlier, you don't even need to talk.
Yeah.
Just being there, just holding that space, is enough.
Hmm.
You know.
Exactly.
I love that. So what do you do, right, for self-care and to protect your energy while holding space for other people?
So to protect my energy, I do a lot of well, I bless myself all day. I'm telling myself that I'm safe and I'm amazing and things like that all day. I take meditation showers where I'm imagining the water is like cleansing my aura. I put an aura bubble around me to protect me. I get massages. Um, I like facials.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I have a dog. So because I'm home, I have a dog and I walk him like 6 times a day. So I'm out in nature all the time. I have a hammock. So I'm very like super chill.
I love that. Simple, easy, vibey life. And I think when I was talking to you last, I love this about you. So I feel like I'm always intentional about just being positive. And I think I was asking you something about the seasons.
Okay.
What's your favorite season? You're like, I like all of them. You're like, well, when if it's hot, just think cold. You know, when it's cold, just think those warm thoughts. I'm like, oh wow, how nice. Like I need to get there when to be able to appreciate all the seasons because I'm like, oh, winter, snow, no. So
It's nature though.
it is. It really is, and it is all beautiful when you think
Yeah.
about it. It really, really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for reminding me of
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So
And we're a part of nature. It's teaching us the cycles. It provides us with everything. We need those different seasons. I appreciate it.
yeah, thank you. So and you do this mobily,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
why mobile versus just like having a space?
I feel like in my past life, I might have been a gypsy. Like, well, also I'm a Sagittarius. So I like to
Ooh,
bounce from place to
fire.
place. I'm always doing some type of activity. And I really just launched my business this spring. And I started with doing events like festivals and fairs and stuff because I like the energy of being around a lot of people. I like that charges me up. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then hearing the music and I'm dancing and it's a vibe, like it just feels really
Community
good.
events are so fun. I love it. Yes.
So if I was in my own shop, I would just be me. Like it would just be me. And then the people come
Yeah.
in. Like that would be kind of
Yeah.
boring to me, you know?
Yeah. That's
So
a good point.
for now, I'm riding this wave. And then eventually I plan to have a school. I want to teach children, adults, and elders how to um, expand their consciousness.
Wow. I
Yeah,
love that.
it's
So
time.
yeah, exactly. So for people who are listening, even me, right? Because right now I just do like I practice the Reiki meditations. What is something that someone could do at home when it comes to Reiki?
So So simple. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, or wherever on your body where you feel like you just need to send love. You'll just think of something. Maybe you need to send it to your eyes or maybe your neck.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're sitting there, just slowly focus on your breath. Slow, deep breath in,
Mm-hmm.
slow exhale out. But the whole time you're sitting there breathing, you're thinking, this feels so good. Body, I love you. You're imagining loving white light flowing down from the sky to your crown, to your heart, filling your body with warmth and love. And just imagine it feeling really good, radiating. Hmm.
Oh, thank you for that.
It's
And
so
yes,
simple.
because we could definitely use a lot of healing right now. So thank you for sending that positive light and energy out. Thank you so much. Go ahead. I feel like I cut you off. You were going to say something.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's that simple. You're really just focusing on your body and how good it feels. Even if it doesn't feel good, you're telling yourself that it feels good now in this moment. And
Mm-hmm.
you're not thinking about all the stressful things, you know?
Yeah.
You're telling your body that it's safe. It's time that we can go into repair mode now. So that's all
Yes.
we're doing. We just want to flip that switch to say, hey, body, it's time to repair. Let's rest. It's okay.
Yes, I love that because I'm always encouraging people to like breathe, right?
Mhm.
Meditation, like you can always come back to yourself whenever
Yeah.
you're a bunch of chaos and there's distractions and you're just feeling disconnected. You can always come back to yourself, right? That is a
Hmm.
safe space. So
Hmm.
thank. I guess that's a perfect way to end right there. To thank you so much. I mean, I know when you are solely growing your business, your time is valuable. So I really appreciate you for saying yes and taking your time out to share this information. Where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Radiant Touch Energy or at my website, Radiant Touch energyhealing.com. And you and I are having an event, right?
Yes, X in the line. Yes, I've been telling
Yes.
people. I'm so excited.
Yes. So asking the line is about mental health versus spiritual awakening. And there's a lot of, when you have awakening, there's certain symptoms that you may encounter, dissociation or, being overwhelmed because certain things haven't happened just yet. And how those symptoms can overlap with mental health and the tools that you can use from a therapist standpoint, but also an energetic standpoint to help guide you through that.
Right. Thank you. So stay on. So there you have it.